Hi, Panda here, and welcome to our review of Tinykin. Tinykin is a story about Milo, an adventurer who travels back to find the origins of humans, only to discover he lands on a planet where he's put inside a massive house and he's really small, but he doesn't know what's quite going on. And that's the premise of you got to try and solve and go around, but you discover these small creatures called Tinykins that can help you on your adventure to discover the mystery of the origins of humans. Story-wise, this game does a good job of creating mystery. You're exploring, you get a little bit of information about what's going on with these different insects you meet through dialogue if you go up to and chat to them. Also, there's some what I call very good environmental storytelling. So when you go through the environment, you might find secret places, so definitely worth looking around, or crooks and crannies to see what you can find, because you might get part of a larger story. But I'll leave that as a mystery for you. But yes, it's very good at being a mystery. I like the characters, and it definitely goes places even though there's only a few cutscenes. This is a well-told story, but overall, story-wise, you just want to enjoy each different scenario, each different room you're in, and what the situation is there. So you kind of got like a large overall story, but some mini stories in between as well. Gameplay is the big appeal here. As you probably heard from many people, it's definitely had some inspiration from Pikmin. But what I find different from Pikmin, this is more of a 3D platformer, and there's more platforming in this game than you'd say Pikmin, where else you just kind of run around a flat place and just use the Pikmin to destroy things and pick up objects. Now in this you use the Tinykin to pick up things, create towers, and lots more to solve puzzles. There's a lot of puzzle solving in this, but it's sort of like in the environment. So there's a lot of environmental puzzle solving. How do I get up there? How do I move this object from there? And it's just really cleverly done. And I didn't really get stuck. I didn't have to look up any guides or anything. It's kind of easy enough go in. There's a few that makes you like think about what you're doing, but if you just assess the situation and the area, they're pretty easy to solve. So I would say this is more accessible to everyone, although there are some tricky platforming sections if you're not used to 3D platformers. The other main gameplay aspect is the exploration, exploring the environment, finding secrets, collectibles, Tinykin, other stories, side missions. So I highly recommend exploring a whole area to see what you can find. Also, exploring is the main part of how you solve these puzzles, by looking around the environment and exploring all the nooks and crannies. This is when you'll find the items that you need. So for example, if there's a mission where like they need certain food ingredients or something, you'd go around and find them. Control wise, this feels great. It handles really well. Like before you know it, you're jumping and gliding and using the Tinykin to get all over the place. I didn't really have many situations where I accidentally fell off something. It takes maybe a little while to get used to what I call the skateboard soap that you ride about everywhere. But it isn't too bad. You just use that on certain situations. Maybe don't use it when you're walking across a narrow pathway. That might go horribly wrong. But besides that, I think gameplay here is probably top notch and probably one of the main reasons to check out this game, because it's just really good, solid gameplay and it's done really well. It's really well polished. I didn't really come across any glitches or bugs that made it annoying or break the game. The graphics definitely have a unique look, but this is one of the aspects I love the most, because it has one of my favourite things at the moment that's currently a trend: 2D characters in a 3D environment. I just love it. There's been a handful of other games that have done it this year and they all look amazing. Now I think the character designs, the insect designs, the Tinykin designs in this are really well colourful, bold, interesting. I really do like the 3D environments as well. There's lots of details, lots of interesting objects, a lot of attention and care is put into it. Now, I did initially think that some objects maybe look a little bit flat and bland, but that's only if I was really nitpicking. But overall, I think it looks great. You go into an environment, you're like, wow, I want to explore this room. I love how interesting they've made just like simple house rooms with these bugs living in, and like the little civilization they've obviously made here. So that's really good. It makes you want to explore. And I found myself going in and exploring the whole room first, even before taking on any puzzles. I was like, you know what, I just want to see this whole room top to bottom, and I highly recommend you do that if you play it. Audio and sound design here are really great. They really suit the style of the game. There's some nice sounds like the creatures make, the Tinykin make. They're very cute and fun sounds. I love the little details like jumping on a tambourine or other objects, just those funny sounds of bouncing about. And the same for anything, like just traveling anywhere, or the little sounds of the Tinykin when they have to move an object, and you can all like hear lots of little creature sounds as they try and move heavy objects about, and they always sound cheerful and happy about it as well, and I think it just adds to the environment. I also like the music as well, even though nothing's particularly stuck in my head. I found it very whimsical, and it just had that great sound like, yeah, I'm this small person exploring this huge world and I want to go on an adventure. It was very like cheerful adventure. It wasn't like I'm going on this serious danger adventure. It was very like, ooh, what's over there? Let's have a look. It just really helped to absorb you into the atmosphere, so I highly recommend you play it with the music and sounds on, and it is top notch and suits the game very well. Overall, I was hooked to this game even though the main adventure only took 5 hours. There's a bunch of optional side missions and collectibles to find still. It's a great, enjoyable indie game full of interesting characters and environments to see, so I highly recommend picking it up. Thank you for watching this review of Tinykin. I've been Panda. Thank you to our Twitch subscribers and patrons who help support the channel, and you can find out more details how to become a Twitch subscriber or patron in the links below. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!